Yang look to make it back-to-back championships today here in Brossard, Quebec. Standing in their way is the first-year team in Drunk again and looking to score. We're looking to pull off the massive upset. Will we see history repeat itself this afternoon, or will we see the start of a potential new dynasty? So first play of the game, pass on the left sideline. Oh, and just dropping it is Olivia Sermani. She was wide open. Brent Bakken and Tara Mracic joining me for the broadcast. Tara, obviously we saw first play, Gino DeFazio going deep.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see here that, that was an easy ball. She should have had it. But, nerves in the final. First game for her, so we'll see. Second down.
So 2nd and 10 coming up. And correction, looks like it's number 22, Justin Rear, in at quarterback instead of Gino DeFazio. Pass over the middle, and it's picked off. Chris Millar, can he go all the way? Touchdown! Drunk again and looking to score. Second play of the game, they take a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, Chris Millard is a beast. Honestly, the speed, once he's gone in the open field, you can't get to him.
So it's a bit surprising, Tara. I mean, going with Justin Rear at quarterback, to start the championship game. I mean, he's had a decent season throwing, 267 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 incompletions, and he played late in the second half in the semifinal win over Michael Scott's Toss, going 2 for 2 for 17 yards and a TD. But electing to start the game with Weir instead of the Hall of Famer Gino DeFazio is a bit puzzling, to say the least.
I think they're trying to go with youth and some speed, get the quick lead, get the quick bounce, take it to Drunken looking to score. That's my thought.
So Rocky Cristiano gets the snap, throws over the middle, caught in the back of the end zone, and it is good for the 1-point conversion. So a quick 7-0 lead. The catch made right there by the man who got the touchdown, and number 23, Chris Millar. So we'll have to see now. Looks like DeFazio now is coming in on offense. So the regular quarterback of this yin and yang offense.
I think he might just not have been ready. He was warming up his arm a little bit longer.
So DeFazio back to take the snap. He gets it. He goes to his left or right. Throws on the right sideline until wide open. Kia Allen Beckles in for the touchdown. Quick score in the first throw of the game by Gino DeFazio.
Yeah, so Kia is one of my players, to be honest. she's a dominant force, I'll tell you. So you catch her in the open field, she's going to catch that ball. She's been working hard, so I'm not surprised. They got to watch her.
So obviously, Drunk again looking to score. They started the game perfectly, getting a touchdown on defense, with Yin Yang entering right back on the offensive side of the ball. 40-yard TD pass from DeFazio to Allen Beckles. We'll get into her history with you in a few minutes. Right now, DeFazio and his crew, Yin and Yang, looking to tie the game with the 1-point conversion. DeFazio gets a snap. He rolls out to his right, face to the left, tosses it to the right, and that's knocked down by Chris Millar. That pass there was intended, I believe, was for number 90, Matthew Peacock. So you talked about, obviously, Kia Allen Beckles, one of your players. You're the head coach of the women's flag football team at Vanier College.
That's right.
Talk about Allen Beckles for a second, if you can.
Well, to be perfectly honest, she's been there 3 years now. She's coming on to her 4th season with me. She's been, definitely a great asset to our team. Lots of speed. Year after year, she continues to improve her hands, her speed, working hard. So I'm excited to see what she brings to the table this season.
So Rocky Cristiano looking to throw, but he ends up running to the left. That's what he does best. Young quarterback of this Drunk again and looking to score. Offense, he's also a quarterback in Division C with Sweat and Beers. Plays with his cousins in Mikey Cristiano, as well as Bobby Sapenchis. So it's about second and about half a yard right now for the Drunk again and looking to score offense. Cristiano waiting for the snap. He gets it. Going on the left sideline, Chris Millar is there. Touchdown! Chris Millar burning his man in coverage, running a beautiful corner to the left-hand side of the field for the touchdown.
What can you say about that? I mean, speed kills.
So we've seen Tara, obviously, both offenses are coming out firing. They're going deep in their first series with the ball. Do you think that's something that's going to be part of me is going to be able to continue throughout the game, or do you expect both veteran defense to make some adjustments as the game goes on?
Honestly, I think this might actually be a shootout. I think they're going to hit them with speed on both sides of the ball. I think we're going to see Chris get a lot of balls today. They're missing a couple players, so Chris is their primary receiver, in my opinion.
Going for the 1-point conversion. That pass by Cristiano, intended for Akeem Hoyt-Charles, just a bit over the receiver and goes out of play. We saw a trips formation for that 1-point conversion by Drunken Getter looking to score. We'll have to see if they go back to that later in the game. So now DeFazio leading his offense back out to the field. Still a couple of players in the huddle. Giving some last-minute directions, of course, is the wily veteran in DeFazio. DeFazio gets a snap. Takes a step to his right. Throws it to the left-hand side onto the sideline. Isaiah Allard with the catch. Pick up of about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. Tackle made by Akeem Hoyt-Charles.
Yeah, Isaiah is also a great receiver for Gino, so he's going to rely on him a lot today.
So second down now and about 5, maybe we call it 6 for the Yin and Yang offense. DeFazio waiting to get the snap. He gets it. Surveying the field, throws it to the right. Kealan Beckles, nice catch, nice move, able to shake the first tackle, but she looks like she's able to draw a penalty. She's probably going to be holding against the Drunk again and looking to score defense.
That's correct. Yeah, he went for the flag but grabbed the shirt, so it's a pretty straightforward call there.
So now you, Tara, I mean, as I mentioned before, you're the head coach of the Vanier women's football team. You also play flag football, and you're a referee right here for FPF. You're going to be reffing the Division A final later on. Congratulations on that. Well-deserved accomplishment, well-deserved achievement.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
So it'll be first down now for the Yin and Yang offense. Fazio gets the snap, looks to his left. Pump fake, then he goes left to Olivia Samani. She was open, but the ball was just over her head. Looks like she may have lost the ball for a second at the top of her route.
Yeah, I think on that play, Gino wasn't 100% certain that he was going to her, and she had an idea of running a different pattern, so the ball wasn't there.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Yin and Yang offense. So looking at the defense for Drucken getting a look in the score. From left to right, they have Justine Colt, and that's to Chris Millar. In the middle, going to rush is Mike Zanobi. At safety, Rocco Cristiano. Here's a snap by DeFazio. DeFazio gets it, throws it over the middle, and that's knocked away by Akeem Hoyt. The pass was intended for Olivia Sermani.
Great defensive play on Akeem's part.
So Hoyt-Charles playing the right halfback / linebacker spot. And the number 6 is Alyssa Landry playing the right side corner. 3rd and long now for the Yin Yang offense. Sermani and Allard to the left of DeFazio. He looks to the left. Oh, and a one hopper. Allard was wide open by himself. DeFazio was not able to set his feet properly and making that pass, throwing it across his body as well. And that fell incomplete. So big 4th down now for the Yin and Yang offense.
Yeah, that ball was a bit short. At the same time, the receiver could adjust slightly, but it was a tough one.
See the other receivers, Jonathan Bartle snapping, number 44 for Yin and Yang. Matthew Peacock in the slot. And who we mentioned before, Kia Allen Beckles at the wide left on our screen and right to DeFazio. DeFazio looking. He has Allard on the right-hand side. He shakes the tackle. Touchdown, Yin and Yang. Isaiah Allard.
As I said, he's shifty. So he can make people miss, and that was a clear indication of how good he is.
Yeah, Isaiah Allard, this is his first of 3 championship attempts today and going into this evening. He's playing also in Division D with the Outlaws and Division C team, the Mercenaries, teammate, of course, of Bardo, Matthew Peacock, Gino DeFazio as well. So big 1-point conversion coming up now for Yin and Yang. DeFazio gets a snap. He goes to his left. Fires into the flat, right to Isaiah Allard, right into the bare basket. He bobbled out for a second, but was able to get control and get into the end zone.
Yeah,
So we see both offenses look to be firing on all cylinders so far in this one. The 13-13 game so far. Both teams successful on their first two offensive drives. Or rather, I should say one offensive drive. This is the second for Drunk Ready to Score as they scored their first TD of the game on defense. Cristiano gets the snap. He looks to his left. He has a man in the corner. It's Hoy Charles. He catches it, and he's in. No, he's out at about the 1-yard line.
Great tackle.
Great tackle right there. You have to see who made that play. It's hard to tell who it was.
His brother. Justin Reed, I believe.
Yeah, Justin Weir looks like he was making the tackle.
Weir, my bad.
They've got right at number 22. Nonetheless, it is first and goal from the 1-yard line for the Drunken Gannon looking to score offense. So now, Tara, if you're in a situation right now, if you're play calling, what kind of play design would you call when you're so close to the goal line?
Slants. Quick slant. Hit him right on the line.
So you see it again, the trips right formation being deployed right here by Drunken Gannon looking to score. Cristiano gets a snap. He's rolled. He's flushed to his right. Passes it. Touchdown. Chris Millar again. So now 19-13 lead for Drunk again and looking to score. As you talked about, it wasn't a quick slant, but it was a quick out route to Chris Millar.
Exactly. Yeah. But you saw Hakeem come on the other side. He was slanting across, right? So he had, if he had hit him sooner, he had him right away on the slant. But he took a bit of time, rolled out, hit Chris on the out.
So the 1-point conversion attempt being tried right here by Drunken Gannon looking to score. Coming on a regular formation, 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Cristiano gets a snap. He throws it to the back of the end zone. Just out of the outstretched hands of Akeem Hoyt Charles. So it is a 19-13 lead for Drunk again and looking to score. 9.5 minutes left, in this first half. Just a reminder of the rules for FPF. 22-minute halves. Get about a 2 to 3 minute halftime break.
Let's not forget 5 plays in the
Yeah, and
last
then you have
half,
5.
Second quarter of the. Forgive me. I'm all
Yeah,
confused. I'm confusing myself.
Yeah, you get 5 untimed plays at the end of the first half and 5 untimed plays at the end of the second half as well.
Thank you very much.
And the fact is going deep. He has Allard. Oh, big catch by the big man out at the 1-yard line.
Huge.
See Allard just skying, making that catch over Akeem Hoyt Charles. Not much Hoyt Charles can do about that, given the height advantage that Allard has over most defensive backs in FPF.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, you exploit, the weaknesses right there, right? Akeem is a great defensive player. However, you throw it at the highest point, he's not going to get there. Over Isaiah.
Just kind of right now, Ying Yang taking a page. Looks like the ball's going to be placed at about the 3-yard line, but pretty much taking a page out of the Drunken Gannon looking to score play, but they're going deep as well, and they have first and goal inside what would be the 5-yard line.
That's right.
2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Stefazio rather gets a snap, rolls out to his right, pass over to Kia Allen Beckles. Looks like she had a bobble there, but she was able to come up with the ball before stepping in the bounce. Touchdown, Yin and Yang, and this game is tied up at 19 apiece.
Funny story, I call her two-touch, because Kia definitely likes to two-touch that ball, But she's definitely very concentrated, so I'm not surprised that she reeled it in.
So pretty much the story of the Yin and Yang offense so far has been Allard and Allen Beckles Both players making a huge impact and a huge reason why this game is tied at 19. DeFazio gets a snap for 1-point conversion, going to the back of the end zone, way over the head of Isaiah Allard, who was being trailed by Rocco Cristiano on the play. So obviously, me and you were talking yesterday just about some of the females in both lineups, and a huge hole in this Drunken Get a Look in the Score lineup is Fred Pontve, missing this afternoon. I had a chance to play against her earlier in the season. A phenomenal two-way player and a key component on both sides of the ball for Drunken Get a Look in the Score.
Oh yeah, I think that in terms of the co-ed division and the women that are playing in co-ed, having been an all-star in Division I basketball, Fred is a huge loss for them today.
We'll get to more on Pontve in a second after this play. Cristiano gets a snap, throws it to the right sideline, called by Millard, and he is gone for the touchdown. Millard doing about a 10 to 12-yard hook on that sideline, got the ball, was able to avoid the diving tackle attempt made by Justin Rear, and he went down untouched for the TD. And you have to wonder, I mean, at this point, is anybody going to play any real defense?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. It's like I said before, I think it's going to be a shooting match between the two of them, going back and forth, exploiting their speed.
So 1-point conversion again being attempted by Drunken Get a Look in the Score. Going out in a base formation. Cristiano gets the snap, looks to his left. Throws back to his right. Oh, and almost coming up to catch was Millard. That was off of the hands of Bobby Sapenchis.
Yeah.
So that pass falling incomplete. So it is now a 25-19 lead for Drunk again and looking to score. Obviously, you talked a few minutes ago about Frederic Potvin playing Division I basketball. I believe she played a year or so in the NCAA with the Pitt Panthers. I had a chance to meet her. She was playing for the McGill Marlets, helped them win a national championship 2 years ago. Definitely a phenomenal athlete, whether it's basketball or football.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, there's transferable skills in those sports, and you know, now that her career is done in basketball, she's taken on a new challenge, and I know, having spoken with her, that she's really enjoying it, so she's having a good time.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see her come back out this winter. And going deep, DeFazio to Matthew Peacock. He actually burnt Millard for the touchdown on that one, running a beautiful corner route. So we see Yin and Yang answering back once again, and this game is all tied up at 25 apiece.
Back and forth. That's what it's going to be today. That's what it's going to be.
So here we go for the 1-point conversion being attempted now by Yin and Yang.
Yeah, I think they're going to run slants again. That's what my call is. Gino's an old school guy, right? So Gino likes to keep it simple, and whatever works, you know. He might run Kia again on the in and out. We'll see.
DeFazio waiting for the snap. He gets it. Looking to his left, takes a couple steps in that direction. Throws it to the back of the end zone. Wide open is Peacock. He catches it. Good for the conversion, but there's a penalty on the play. Yeah. And head referee Leo Gervais, he's saying that Peacock went out of bounds first before coming back in and touching the ball. Since he was the first person to touch the ball, they're going to waive off that 1-point conversion. So the touchdown will count. So the game, again, as I mentioned, is all tied up at 25 apiece between Drunk again and looking to score and Yin and Yang.
Yeah, Leo being placed really well on the back line. He's able to see if someone steps out and goes back in. Happens quite often, actually.
So first play of the ensuing drive now for Drunk again and looking to score. Cristiano gets the ball, surveying the field. He runs to his right. It looks like he's going to commit to the run. He does. Alan Beckles with a good tackle after about a 6, maybe 7-yard gain by the scrabbling quarterback in Cristiano.
4 yards.
Oh, pardon me. Rather, it's about a maybe 2 to 3-yard gain, actually. Yes, even the commentators at home, we get mixed up by the beanbag sometimes marking the line of scrimmage and first down. My apologies.
Yeah, she took a good angle on that because he had space. But she cut him off, which was nice.
And in your time, obviously, in FPF, how important? I mean, we see a lot of teams looking about like worrying about scoring and making big catches and making big throws, making big plays, so on and so forth. But how important are the basics? How important is something like tackling, whether it's the co-ed league or the even FPF junior or the men's league?
Well, I think it's one of the basic fundamentals of the game. You need to learn how to tackle properly, and you need to learn how to tackle properly because otherwise you're going to mess up your fingers, right? So it's ultimately you need to break down, you need to square up, similar to a basketball box out, and then you look at the hips and grab the flags.
He's on the play before a small game by Cristiano off the pass, and Cristiano now on the run, able to shake a couple of tacklers. Oh, nice tackle made by Alan Beckles, but it looks like Cristiano, I think, he might have had just enough for the first down.
Looks like they're going second down and 3. I think he got the first down on the ensuing play. We were talking about the rules of
So
tackling.
you're absolutely right. Now, Lily from here is a farther run in that first down play by Cristiano, but you're right. It's about second and about 2, maybe 3 right now. So Cristiano wastes the snap. He gets it. Looking right over the middle to the left-hand side, he has Hoy Charles. Nice catch by Hoy Charles. He's tackled at about the 2, maybe 3-yard line. Setting up now. It's going to be second and goal. Or first and goal, rather, I should say, for the Drunk Again and Looking to Score offense.
So you'll notice this drive actually took a little bit longer than the, back and forth, one throw drives that have been going on last couple of plays.
Could this be a wake-up call for the defenses? We'll have to see, obviously, first half as it winds down and going into the second half. So Cristiano gets the ball. He's looking to his left now, looking to punch this into the end zone. He's being chased down by the rusher, Olivier Sermani. Sermani waiting. Cristiano finally launches the ball out of play to the right, past the right pylon in the back corner of the end zone.
Now you'll notice that was great contain on the rusher's part. See, even though there's, people could say a mismatch between a man and a woman, if you know how to properly position yourself, you know how to defend.
And what's your opinion on that in terms of rushers? Do you feel like kind of getting the sack is just the icing on the cake, or it's more or less just about taking a proper angle and forcing the quarterback to make throws like that one or getting the throw off their back foot, so on and so forth?
Absolutely, I agree there that the sack is icing on the cake. Ultimately, you want to contain that quarterback. You want to make sure that they are not running away from you.
The toss to the back of the end zone. Allard comes down with a touchdown. We heard some of the people from the Yin Yang bench saying it was rusher interference.
I think she actually ran into her own player, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what it looked like from my vantage point as well, that she did end up running into her own player. So the touchdown was sang, and who other than Chris Millar?
Again.
Chris Millar so far a one-man show in this contest.
With a little sprinkle of Keem Hoyt.
So going for the one-point conversion again is Drunk Again looking to score. Right now up 31-25. Cristiano goes to his left. Strong bullet pass right to Millar, right in front of the end zone. He catches that. So the lead now is 32-25 for Drunk Again and looking to score.
Yep, simple sit right at the goal line. There's a mismatch there between him and Kia Allen Beckles. She's right there, but there's not much she can do. Great pass.
So we'll have to see right now if the Yin and Yang offense can answer right back as they've done so far this afternoon. Same rotation of receivers. Bardo in the middle, flanked to the left by Allard, and Sermani to the right is Peacock and Alan Beckles. DeFazio gets the pass. Throws it to the left-hand side into some traffic. Allard, nice catch! Allard making the catch in between Mike Zanobi and Rocco Cristiano. First down, Yin and Yang.
Huge catch. And once again, we talk about the height advantage. We talk about the highest point, catching the ball at the highest point. You do that, you're going to win the ball every time.
Now first down for the Yin and Yang offense. And they're in the red zone, so DeFazio cannot run.
They're actually just outside the red zone.
Oh, looks like, yeah, okay, right, there's a first down back. Yeah, okay, so it looks like he's maybe at just about a yard outside the red zone. And DeFazio gets the snap, looks to his right. He has Bardo in a flat. Nice tackle there by Cristiano. If it wasn't for him, Bardo would have been in the end zone for sure. Pick of about 3, maybe 4 yards on that play. I think officially we'll call it about 5. So second down and goal now for the Yin and Yang offense. So if you're in this position right now, Tara, what would you call if you're running Yin and Yang?
I'm running slants. No,
So
Gino,
slants,
I'm
okay.
running slants. And somebody in the back of the end zone.
DeFazio gets the snap, looking right down the middle. There's a player to the right. Oh, just over the hands of Cristiano. He was lucky that wasn't picked. He was intended for it. He had 2 receivers in the same area, and Bardo and Sormani. He put just enough error in that pass to get it over the outstretched hands of Cristiano, but just too much for his receivers who were both open in the back right corner of the end zone.
I think there might have been a small miscommunication there between the 2 receivers because generally you don't want 2 receivers ending up in the same spot.
So third down now. DeFazio waiting for the snap. He gets it. Rolls out to his left. Has a man in the flats once again is Isaiah Allard, and that's been the story all day in the red zone. Isaiah Allard running quick out routes. He was at least about 3 to 4, maybe even 5 yards away from the closest defender, and Akeem Hoy-Charles.
Yeah, that's all you need. You know, make somebody misdirection one way to the next. You're wide open. It's a great play.
So going for 1 once again is a Yin Yang offense. DeFazio gets the snap, looking right down the middle, right again, same route, an out route to Allard. I'll tell you what, partner, these offensive plays, or the playbooks, if you will, or the calls, it hasn't been that much of a mystery.
No, not at all.
Obviously, right now we're at the halftime of this game, so right now the game is tied 32-32 between Yin and Yang, and Drunk again looking to score. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about the offense.
Yeah.
If you're running things on the defensive side of the ball for both teams, what do you have to do to get some stops?
I think you're going to have to play man. Honestly, at this point, you know, they're just going back and forth. They're shooting. Speed versus speed, though. You know what I mean? So try it. Press it. See what happens. That's what I would do. Or, you know, run a solid, like, 5-1, something like that. 4-1, I should say.
Again, if you're like one of the secondary players on this team, or not even secondary players, just someone who hasn't really gotten the ball yet. I mean, we pretty much just been the Isaiah Allard show, and a little bit of Alan Beckles rather, and then we see on the other side is pretty much Chris Millar, and as you said, a little sprinkle of Akeem Hoy-Charles.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have to do if you're the other players on the offense specifically to kind of keep yourself motivated to stay in the game?
You know what? It's tough, right? Like in finals, you're always hitting your best players. And the way I see it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just got to go with what works. And to me, that's who the best people are on the field. You got to trust, you know, to keep people engaged, to keep people in the game. But at the same time, this is what's working right now. So why make a change?
All right, don't forget we have the game coming up right after this. It's going to be the Tier 1 championship between Third Down for What and Midtown. That game is going to be coming up at about 2 o'clock, 2:10 latest, so stay tuned for that one as well. Tara and I will have that game for you guys. So now, I mean, going forward now, if you're we'll start with Yin and Yang. If you're Yin and Yang, what do you think you need to do in the second half to make sure they come out with the W?
Honestly, I think they need to man up on Chris Millard. They need to figure out who's their best guy that can defend Chris Millard. And from there, at least give themselves a shot. Because they have, in my opinion, a few more weapons than Drunk and looking to score in this moment.
And obviously switch your sides to if you're Drunk and get a look in the score. Besides just feeding the ball constantly to Chris Millar, what do you think they need to do on both sides of the ball to get the W in this one?
Well, I think they need to find a solution for Isaiah Allard. So Bobby might be a good matchup just height wise, but at the same time, speed wise, Isaiah is quite a bit quicker. So it's tough. It's tough to say. But I think if they press him a little bit, they might get something to happen.
Okay, so we're about ready to kick off the second half of action here at the Bell Sports Complex. So again, since Yin and Yang started with the ball to kick off this game, it's going to be Drunk again looking to score to start with the ball in the second half. Obviously, Drunk again looking to score, winning the coin toss, as most teams do, electing to go defense first as opposed to starting on offense.
Let me actually correct you and say there is no coin toss in playoffs. Therefore, the team with the better record chose at the beginning of the game.
All right, so it's going to be interesting to see now what Drunk again looking to score does. My apologies. I've seen too much flag football over the years. I'm so used to having a coin toss.
Oh, I agree.
I've only made.
Well, we were just waiting on one of the officials there, Leonard Gervais.
Taking a quick bathroom break there. Good old Leo.
It's not us. We're good.
So this should be, as we saw the first half, an exciting football. Tons of offense. We'll have to see if it holds true. Or if it holds up, I should say, in the second half of action.
I think they take a shot deep right away.
All right, let's see if they indeed do that, being the Drunk again looking to score offense.
Take a look at the matchup on the side now. Isaiah, Chris.
Yeah, Isaiah. Yeah, there you go. Cristiano proving Tara wrong as he runs. And he has enough for the first down. He's still going. Chase another tackler and another, and he's finally brought down to the turf. Isaiah Allard was in there on the tackle. So a pickup of at least 20 to 25 yards on that scramble by Rocco Cristiano.
Actually looks like they're going to be at first and goal.
So we're getting about 30 yards right there. So a solid pickup on first down by Cristiano. So have to see what they have dialed up now on this first and goal play. Cristiano gets the snap. Looking right down the middle. Tosses to the right. Akeem Hoy-Charles. Is he in? No, being called just down at the 1 yard line. So good tackle on that play. I believe it was made by Justin Rear. So second to go at about the 1 yard line for the Drunk again looking to score offense. Now, I know, Terry, you've been calling for a lot of quick slants in the goal line, but we've seen actually Drunk again looking to score. They mix it up sometimes. They had Chris Millard doing a lot of drags across in the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what they have here, or maybe he'll do a quick out route. Being matched up right now by Kealan Beckles. The speed for speed. He sits in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Able to get inside positioning. And Millard, well, if we had another touchdown for the Drunk again and looking to score offense.
Yeah, it's always tough, You want to run that the quick slants depending on how much space you got, but at the same time, you always want to decoy. So you put somebody in the back of the end zone, and if they don't bite, that person's wide open.
Just seen that 1 yard touchdown by Millard that was set up again by about a 30-yard run on the first play of the second half by Rocco Cristiano.
So, Rob, fix the scoreboard. Doesn't work. The remote doesn't work.
So Cristiano gets the snap, looking to his left. He rolls that side, looking to throw. He faced it. Look at the toss again, and he has Akeem Hoy-Charles in front of the end zone for the 1 point conversion. So now it's a 39-32 lead for Drunk again and looking to score.
There goes that sprinkle again.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I believe that's the third. Well, conversions don't count. I think at least in regular play, I think Akeem Hoy-Charles has about 2 catches, and I believe it's his second conversion as well in this championship final. Proving to be a key contributor, as always, to the Drunk again looking to score. DeFazio gets a snap. He looks to his right. Has Alan Beckles on the sideline. She's tackled immediately by Rocco Cristiano. Gain of about 7 yards on the play, setting up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I think the only thing I have to say as a coach about Kia is that she tends to take a step back before moving forward. I think she probably could have gained a yard or two more had she just gone straight ahead. But she often makes people miss, so, you know, you take the good with the bad on that one.
So 2nd and 3 now for the Yin and Yang offense. Fazio goes to the left. Sermani, her first reception of the game, and it's good for a first down. She's tackled on the left sideline by Chris Millar. So Sermani, who's been a target of a couple of passes at least earlier in the first half, finally able to come up with the ball on that play, picking up a big first down for Yin and Yang.
Yeah, I think that she was at a bit of a disadvantage in the other passes from Gino DeFazio, but you know, if she can see the ball straight on, she'll definitely catch it.
First down now, just past midfield for the Yin and Yang offense. DeFazio looking to the left again. Yeah, Sermani, she's wide open, makes the catch and is able to keep her feet about touchdown. Olivia Sermani is now a 39-38 lead for Drunk again and looking to score.
Great concentration on that ball. And she made somebody miss.
Yeah, so 2 big catches in a row by Sermani. The last one being the most important of all, leading to a touchdown. Her team now is down by 1. So I have to see what Gino DeFazio calls on this 1-point conversion. DeFazio waiting to get the snap. He gets it, looking to his left. He has pump fake, and he's sacked by Mike Zanobi. Good job by the veteran rusher of deflagging DeFazio before he can get that ball off. Both teams coming into this game with a plethora of championship experience. For Drunk and get a look in the score, they have Chris Millar's won a championship, and the rusher, Mike Zanobi, he's won a championship as well. And Wayne Burke, one of their defenders, he's won a championship as well. So it's 3 in total for Drunk and get a look in the score. Flipping sides, though, 14 championships in total for this Yin and Yang team. 1 by Matt Peacock, 3 by Kendall Myers, who's not in the lineup this afternoon, and Bobby Segentis with the catch right there over the middle, pick up of about 5 yards. And then 10 by DeFazio. So DeFazio going for his 11th championship right now, and he'll be going for his possibly 12th championship later tonight in Division C, as we talked about before, with the Mercenaries going against KGP.
Yeah, it definitely speaks to the longevity of the game of flag and how even after you've, you know, gone through your career in tackle and university and so on, there's life after that. And it's nice to see for sure, especially in a player like Gino.
The second down now, benches. He took a tumble, knocking over Key Allen Beckles. Both players seem to be okay. A little limp there by Serpentius. He had that pass just bounce off his hands. He did a quick out route to his right. A little banged up, but I'm sure the veterans know worse for wear. Had a chance to play against him last winter and this spring with his team. He's captain of Sweat and Beers. Definitely a tough player.
Yeah, he's been around quite a while, actually. So he's always a delight to ref, I have to say. Always in a good mood, always smiling. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. So third down now. Cristiano choosing to run. He does just that. We'll have to see if they give him enough for the first down. And it looks like, let's say from here, he has to be short, about 4th and inches. For the Drunk and Get looking to score offense. So the tackle on the play made by Pablo Chaze Cosio. First time I have to mention his name this afternoon. It's also another player who plays with Gino DeFazio on the Mercenaries.
Yeah, a lot of the players that he has are going to be playing in the Division C final later today.
So big 4th down now. Cristiano looking to run. Oh, he drops the ball. Great job by Olivia Semani. Semani there on the rush. She was causing Cristiano to have to try and shake and bake. He lost control of the ball, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. A huge stop, and the first stop of the game made by Yin and Yang. Now the officials are getting together to talk about it. What do you think is happening right here?
That's a tough call, to be honest. But if you ask me, I say it's a turnover on downs at the spot that the ball was dropped.
Yeah, and they're giving the ball. That's exactly it, Terry. You hit the nail right on the head. It's going to be yin and yang ball. So we talked about before, obviously, well, for Russia, like Sermani, just trying to take the proper angle. Looks like she did exactly that right there.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't matter the speed or the mismatch that you think you have. If you know how to contain, good things happen.
So it's going to be first down just past midfield for the yin and yang offense. Fazio leading his crew out. Gets a snap, goes to his left. Passes there to Allard in the flats. He's able to make Millar miss. Spin and just being tackled about the 2-yard line is Millar by Akeem Hoyt-Charles. Beautiful move there, beautiful spin move there by Allard. Little shake and bait to get past, by Allard to get past Millar.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just the outstretched arms of Chris Millard there and made him miss. And down the sideline, there he goes. So this could potentially be the turning point where Yin Yang take the lead.
So we'll have to see if they do that. Now first and goal for the Yin and Yang offense at about the 2-yard line. So Fazio gets a snap, looks to his left once again. Throws it a crossbody to his right. Peacock off his chest. Oh, second effort touchdown. Oh, Chris Millar was lucky on that play. You see the look on Gino DeFazio's face. You can imagine what he would have said if Millar got back to that huddle if he would have dropped that pass. Nonetheless, the veteran is able to come down with that ball on the second effort.
Yeah, definitely great concentration. Ultimately, we're always asking receivers to use their hands, not their body, unless it's raining. But great concentration to bring that in for sure.
So 1-point conversion now coming up for Yin Yang. Now the lead is 44-39. Fazio looks to his left. He has a guy in front of the end zone. He goes to the back. Isaiah Allard just out of the stretched hands of the wide receiver who's been almost the entire offense. We have to imagine, Tara, if DeFazio would have taken half a second more, he had Jonathan Bartle, his center. He did an out route right in front of the goal line to DeFazio's left.
Yeah, but you see now, if you look at the pattern of the game, he's been going to his key receivers, so you kind of forget. And often it's missed opportunities like that that could change a game. That 1 point in the end could be the difference.
So trips left being employed by the Drunken Getting looking to score offense. Cristiano gets a snap. He's being flushed to his right by Sermani. Cristiano's running. Good tackle by Sermani. Pickup of about 7 yards on the first down run, but a dual threat quarterback. A quick recap of how both teams got here. Drunken Getting looking to score. They blew up my team 40-18. Kiss my end zone. In the semifinals, Rocco Cristiano completing only 11 passes, but 3 of those went for touchdowns. The story of the game is him on the run, 6 rushes, 121 yards, and 3 TDs. See that second down pass being made to the right-hand side to Millar, being pushed out of bounds by Allard.
Yeah, it's kind of the only way you're going to stop him is to kind of gently nudge him out of bounds.
That's what shots to Yin and Yang. They got here by blowing out Michael Scott's Tots 41-12 in their semifinal matchup. DeFazio throwing for 163 yards and 5 TDs. Justin Wirth throwing for a TD himself late in the second half of that one. Catch made on that play right there by Akeem Hoyt-Charles. Brought down after about a gain of 7 yards. Setting up about 2nd and 3 right now for the Drunken Getting looking to score offense. The story in the semifinal game for, at least receiving wise, for Yin and Yang was Isaiah Allard, as you probably can guess, at 4 receptions, 63 yards, and 2 TDs. So Penchus over the middle, the big man with the catch. He's tackled, I think, just short of the rush mark, so about a 6-yard gain, but it's good for a first down for the Drunken Getting looking to score offense.
Yeah, here we go, first and goal. They're back at it again, but they're taking more time now. So I think they're conscious of the time, and they're trying to make sure it's to their advantage.
So Cristiano gets the snap, goes to his left, toss to the corner. Hoyt-Charles, he's able to catch the ball. He's forced to bounce, but then they call it a touchdown. Great grab right there by Akeem Hoyt-Charles. He gives his team the lead now. It was going to be about 45, I believe, to 44. Yep, exactly. My math is right there. 45 to 44 for Drunky Geta looking to score.
Yeah, that was definitely a huge catch. We have to wait and see if he survives contact to the ground, and he did, so that was huge for them.
So 1 point lead now for Drunken Geta looking to score. Still waiting for the 1 point conversion. Pass to the right. Oh, it's picked up and dropped by Isaiah Lard. It would have been a good chance to get ran that back all the way to tie this game up at 45-45. But nonetheless, it is now a 45-44 lead for Drunk again and looking to score just inside of 8 minutes remaining in the second half of action.
You know, that's something that just can't happen in a final. He had that point. The only one that was going to give chase, I believe, would be Chris Millard, but what can you do?
And these teams met in the regular season back in week 2. Drunk again looking to score with the 32-31 victory. Drunk again looking to score was up 19-12 at halftime. Rocky Cristiano throwing 5 TD passes. DeFazio throwing 5 TD passes of his own. Chris Millard with 3 TDs. He's definitely blown by that mark this afternoon. Akeem Hoy-Charles with 2 TDs in that regular season meeting. DeFazio gets the ball, first down, throws it to the flats. He has Bardo. Bardo tries to get past Zanobi. Good tackle by Zanobi. Looks like it's a gain of about 7, possibly 8 yards. Yeah, put it about an 8-yard gain right there by Bardo.
Yeah, that's a good call. Keep it simple. Hit the outs. You know, stretch the defense a little bit. And then most likely, you know, hit him down the middle.
Yeah, and at first in the regular season meeting between both squads, Bardo had 9 catches for 60 yards, 1 touchdown, and Kia Allen Beckles, who has been one of the stars of this game, she had 3 touchdowns in that first meeting. Here's Peacock. He's wide open alone. He bobbled that one as well off of his chest. Ended up catching it for the touchdown.
Yeah. He likes to keep his hands close to his chest. He stretches them out a little bit. He's got that. He's got that at its highest point.
Yeah, well, either way he caught it, I'm not going to lie, I'm guilty of that a lot of times myself, letting the ball hit me in the chest. Yeah. There you go, nonetheless, Peacock making a big grab for his team, putting them ahead once again now. Score being 50-45 for Yin and Yang. I mean, the scoreboard was a little late coming on in this contest, but I think if these teams continue what they're doing, man, the scoreboard, a couple of those light balls might pop. So 2-point conversion now. The first of the game being tried by Yin and Yang. DeFazio gets past the rush. He passes it back in the end zone. Off of the hands, making the catch as a Lard, but he fell out of bounds in the process.
Great defense there. That was definitely a tough catch. He almost came down with it, though.
So we'll have to see right now if Drunky getting looking to score could come back down by 5, just inside of 5.5 minutes remaining in this contest.
If you ask me, they're going to take their time on this drive and try to run the clock as much as possible. Because essentially, they score, they go up by 1. And then if they get their convert, they can potentially go up by 2 or by 3.
So Cristiano gets a snap. He goes to his left. He has a receiver wide open. He elects to run. Pick up maybe about 3, maybe 4 yards in that first down scramble by Cristiano. So they may call it about 5 yards in total.
Yeah, so what he's doing there is just essentially showing a different look, giving them a different element, keeping them on their toes and around what is he going to do next.
So second and about 5 now for the Drunken Geta looking to score offense. Cristiano, quick throw, caught by Millard. I think he struck somebody. He knocked Pablo Jose Cozio to the ground.
That's tough. I say he's in position. You might want to look at an unnecessary contact. However, Chris didn't see him there. He was literally just going to catch the ball. So it's kind of an incidental moment.
Ego at our control center telling us the referee should have thrown that flag. First down now for the Drunken Getting looking to score offense. Cristiano gets a snap. He looks to his right and he runs to his right. He's going to scramble. Pick up about 7 yards. He fumbles again. If this was tackle football, that'd be a huge problem. But in flag, there are no fumbles. So pick up about 8 yards on that scramble by Cristiano.
Man, he's lucky.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what's going on there. Maybe that's why he's not throwing.
But Cristiano, obviously, you do it for a quarterback, but let's call a spade here. He's great at running the ball. That's his forte, no matter what division he plays in.
Absolutely. He's great to run. He makes people miss. It's nice to watch.
Getting talked about, had a chance to play him in the semifinals a few weeks ago. Completed only 11 passes, but then it has 6 carries for 121 yards against us. And wide open was Allard, who plays for the other team. Not sure where Cristiano was throwing in that one. Probably a little miscommunication with one of his receivers.
Yeah, I think so. I think that might have been going to Madame Cote, and she looked a little confused there on what route she was supposed to run.
Yeah, so I'll be Justin Cote. A Colt, rather. Justin Cole, I'm not sure who was at fault for that one, but nonetheless, it was third down now. Third and about 1.5 for the Drunken Getting looking to score offense. Cristiano gets the ball, goes to his left, and he has a one-hopper right to Millard. Unfortunately for Cristiano, this isn't baseball. That pass is going to fall incomplete, setting up a huge 4th down now. 4th and about 1. Might even call it 2. The last time this happened, key part of this game was that turnover on downs by the Drunk. Again, looking to score offense, couldn't convert on 4th and short. They're facing it once again right now with just outside of 2 minutes remaining in this ball game.
It's going to be interesting to see what they call here.
Cristiano gets a snap. He's going to his left. Sermani's not rushing him. Not sure why. She does. Oh, he gets loose from the rush. Toss to the left. Oh, off with the hands of the receiver. Cool was not able to come down with the pass, so she was wide open. So yeah, another turnover on downs by the Drunk again and looking to score offense.
See, now that hurts. That hurts because, as you said, she was wide open, and that can't happen. That just can't happen. Essentially, that is the game-winning touchdown. Says our eagle eye from the sky. Yes, yes.
So now, if you're Gino DeFazio, do you try to score right here, or do you just want to kill clock, kill as much as you can?
Kill clock. Timeout.
Yeah, timeout call by Drunken Getting looking to score. Just a reminder, each team has 2 timeouts per game. So now first down here, Terry, you're going to call it just a quick pass just to pick up a couple of yards. I mean, ideally you still want to pick up a first down, right, to pretty much ice this game.
Well, that's it. They call it timeout now, so, essentially they're trying to put a little pressure on Yin Yang. Personally, I go what works. I stretch the defense. I go with the outs, keep it short, and then, maybe 2 plays, 3 plays. You're in the 5 play zone. You need a first down to seal the win.
So DeFazio now waiting to get the snap on this big first down. He gets it. Looking right down the middle. Passes to the left corner. He has someone open. It's Peacock. Touchdown! Matthew Peacock. Yet another touchdown over Rocco Cristiano. And that, I think, is the proverbial nail in the coffin for this one.
I'm wrong again. I really need to change profession.
And we've seen all game, Tara, at least from Yin and Yang's point of view, just going deep all game long. We saw, you talked about earlier, a couple of times actually, Drunken Getting looking to score, mixing in the short in the pass game. DeFazio and company has just been deep ball after deep ball and after deep ball. And like you said, I guess if it's not broke, why fix it?
But at the same time, what he's done in the second half, he's incorporated Mr. Peacock as well, right? So he's taken the emphasis off Isaiah, taken the emphasis off Kia, and started using his center, started using Peacock, and
Sermani as well.
Sermani as well, that's right. So they haven't been able to find a solution.
52-45, lead back in the end zone. Nice play by Chris Millar. He tipped that conversion attempt to himself. Yin Yang was going for 1 on that attempt. He had a receiver in the back of the end zone, but again, a nice deflection for the INT by Chris Millar. 52-45 is the lead. We're inside of 5 plays right now. Yeah, less than 5 plays remaining in this one as the official scoreboard reads 0-0 on the clock. So the timeout being called now by Yin Yang. So actually, it's an update score on the scoreboard is wrong. It's 56-45, the lead for Yin and Yang. Catch on the sideline by Millard, tries to get past Allard. Allard making the tackle. So again, a 56-45 lead for Yin and Yang. So pretty much not much now. Pardon me. There's officially 5 plays remaining in this game. Down by 11 is Drunk again and looking to score. Cristiano to his left. He has a clear deep. Hoy Charles. We saw 2 defenders going back to get the ball. That pass is just outside of the outstretched hands of Hoy Charles.
The brothers actually collided on that one. Hoyt
Yeah.
scooted through unscathed.
So 3rd down now. Yeah, 3rd down now for this Drunk Again looking to score offense. Or pardon me, rather 4th actually. 3rd and 4 to be exact. So the hard with no field lines in the field. Cristiano runs. He picks up the 1st down and more. So going to scramble. He's finally brought down by Alan Beckles. Pickup of about 8, maybe 9 yards on that scramble by Rocco Cristiano.
Now they're essentially just playing the play.
Yeah, padding his stats a little bit, playing for pride.
Mm-hmm.
So 1st down now for Drunk Again looking to score. Cristiano being flushed to his right. Sermani right on his tail. He tosses it to the right. Allard's up there. So is Akeem Hoyt. And that ball goes over both of their heads and out of bounds.
Once again, a nice containment where you saw that Rocco had to go over top to try to hit his receiver.
I believe it's now 3rd down. I believe it's 2 plays remaining
Yeah.
in this contest. Serpentius with the snap, back to Cristiano, his cousin. Cristiano throws it to the right-hand side. One-handed catch, beauty by Chris Millar, just tapping his toes inside the out-of-bounds line.
Crazy catch. Crazy athlete. Outstanding performance today by Chris.
Definitely. Doesn't for him. I mean, he's a stud no matter what division he plays in. He has a chance. Actually, he's going for a championship tonight. Division A finals. His team YCSWU against the Braves. That one will kick off this afternoon right here at Bristol, Quebec, about 5:30 p.m. Maybe he'll have better luck in that game. Passes to the back of the end zone, and that falls incomplete, and that will do it. Yin and Yang with a 56-45 victory are your division co-ed tier 2 champions. So obviously we saw a highly competitive game, a ton of offense by both teams, combining for I believe it was almost 100 points pretty much, and saw a lot of back and forth scoring. But at least for my opinion, I think I want to get yours on this. The 2 defensive stops that Yin and Yang were able to get on turnover on downs, not even interceptions, turnover on downs. How key do you think those stops were in this contest?
Oh, absolutely. I think that drop in the end zone was definitely the nail in the coffin because she was wide open, and sadly couldn't reel in the ball there. But also the other one from QB Rocco when he dropped the ball on that fourth down, that hurt them as well. So that was definitely the difference in the game.
And so the trophy presentation will be taking place just outside of the Yin and Yang end zone. I mean, I think, it's going to go to Isaiah Lard, and it's pretty much a well-deserved trophy for this two-way threat for the Yin and Yang team. So now for him, that's actually he's been in the league for a long time. This is his first championship, actually.
Wow.
He's a four-time All-Star, but finally winning the elusive championship. Had a couple of opportunities in lower divisions. I used to cover him in Division E and Division 6, losing out on a couple of opportunities with some of those teams. And obviously, you talked about earlier, he has a chance this afternoon at 8 o'clock with the Mercenaries, whose teammates Justin Rear, Matthew Peacock, Pablo Chaze Cosio, and obviously Gino DeFazio. Hope I'm not leaving anybody out there as they're going to take on KGP this evening. But again, winning his first championship along with his team, Yin and Yang. A hard-fought game. They're taking their team photo right now for the championship. And obviously Gino DeFazio's daughter, Maya, part of the team as well. She's getting in, well-deserved. She's getting in the photo as well, being taken by our own Simone Dagenet. Let's talk about, we talked about Millar, we talked about Allard, even Akeem Hoyt. But some of the lesser-known players, some of the non-superstars, if you will, Matthew Peacock having a hell of a game.
Absolutely. Second half was huge.
Yeah, I believe we got the game-winning touchdown as well. And we talked about her earlier in the game, but Olivia Sermani.
Yeah.
She struggled a bit on offense in the first half with a couple of passes. Not all were her fault, but it's going over her head or even some off of her hands. Her and DeFazio couldn't get on the same page earlier in the game, but she toughened up. She sucked it up, and she came back in the second half. She had a sack. She had, I believe, 2 touchdowns, a conversion as well. And again, you talked about that fourth down stop, the first one of the game, the first stop by any defense in this game on fourth down. So we're going to have the post-game interview coming up. It's going to be, I believe, with the captain. Now they're debating who's going to take it. Gino DeFazio, one of the champions of this co-ed league. Let's see if he's going to be the one doing the interview.
Last pick, 2 questions, that's it.
Or is it going to be Kia Allen Beckles?
I don't get all that.
Anyways, they're deciding who's going to be. But I want to ask you quickly, Tara, obviously, about this co-ed division. I mean, you're one of the champions of this league, really pushing for the growth of this league. We were talking even last night. You were telling our founder, our CEO, if you will, Raul Capana, asking we both starting a co-ed league. And we've seen it grow from a couple of teams now to about 7 or 8, and there's a lot of competitive football. But hold on, we're going to kick it to Simone with the sideline interview. We'll come back. I'm going to come back to you on that question about the growth of the co-ed league.
The girls from Yin and Yang. Kia, you scored the first touchdown today. How was that like?
It felt great to put the first point on the boards. I felt the adrenaline, got me hyped up, ready to play.
Have you also scored today? How was that about like?
It was great. It was unexpected.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So that was Kia Allen Beckles and Olivia Sermani both doing the interview with our own Simone Dagenet. So a stand-up move by Gino DeFazio, letting some of the other players get in there. But again, we talked to you about just the growth of this co-ed. I mean, this is Tier 2. We're going to have the Tier 1 game coming up again with Midtown against Third Down for What in just a few minutes. But what have you seen so far in this co-ed division as a whole that you like, and maybe something that you would like to see for the future?
So for me, I like the fact that we finally have the co-ed division. I've been reffing this league now about 6 or 7 years. And so I was a bit surprised when hearing that it was the largest flag football league in North America, that there wasn't a women's or a co-ed division. So within a couple years, poke and rob a little bit, that did come to fruition, which is fantastic to see. We still see a little bit of a divide between some of the higher tier teams versus the lower tier teams. But as a coach of a collegiate team, we're starting to see a lot more exposure in the high school level. So I think that as this continues to grow, we're going to see even more athletes come out and define the sport. So my hope for the future is that we have an all-female division.
Okay, and obviously we have awards. Again, you have the Division 1, Division A, B, C, 3, E, what have you, where you have awards. And this is like we talked about last night in terms of having awards, where you have guys in this division like Chris Millar, who, let's be honest, he's a Division 1, Division A player, and he's going to dominate no matter what division he plays in. Even a guy like Isaiah Lard. Do you think perhaps that maybe you would like to see not just actually talking about someone like Sarah Parker, for example, who's a phenomenal quarterback in this league. She could throw with the men and the women, no matter what level you put her at. But would you like to see maybe an awards that are separate for guys and separate for girls, and not to say that one's bigger than the other or one's lesser than the other, but maybe a divide, if you will, of the awards?
I think there has to be, because there still is so much domination of the sport under the male umbrella, right? So until we can really, generate enough exposure for the women, where you have a women's division, where you have more teams potentially in co-ed, I think that we need to separate and highlight the strong women that have come to play, and that they should be awarded, for their efforts, because there are a ton of great women players out there and already playing in this league as well.
Oh, that sounds good. Hopefully that's something we'll see in the future. So again, from Brossard, Quebec, here at the Bell Sports Complex, Yin and Yang are your Tier 2 co-ed division champions with a 56-45 win over Drunk again, and looking to score for Tara. I'm Brent saying thank you guys for tuning in, and don't forget, coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to have the Tier 1 championship game between Third Down for What and Midtown. Stay tuned.